Hello guys, it's Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today we have a OnePlus Open, a foldable smartphone with a cracked display, and David will perform a miracle right now, so let's go fix it. So first thing we're gonna do is try to assess the situation. The main display here is broken. You can see the white line and the bleeding at the middle. You can still use a touch. The secondary display at the front is not damaged, and you can see that the back is also in pristine condition. So the damage on this smartphone may not be from accidents. It could be from daily use, opening and closing of the device, which is kind of common and reasonable. So we are going to replace the main display for the customer, and they trusted this smartphone to us, so we'll do a great job. We have David here, a true professional, decades of experience in repairing smartphones. He started fixing Samsung devices and branched out to iPhones, to Asus ROG phones, and now to foldable smartphones. So that's his track record, and you can see the efficiency. Although it's quite difficult to open up this device because it has not been opened before, and the complexity involved. So we'll do this part by part. We'll focus our attention on the other half where the main board sits and the secondary battery is in. So you can see the camera, a Hasselblad system, and the main board up top, and a very tiny battery. That battery is just one of two batteries. This is the secondary one, so the baby battery. And the main battery is, of course, on the other half of the smartphone, just to balance out the weight and, of course, to even out the thermals. You have a lot of surface area for dissipating heat, so it's quite a good engineering decision. And at this stage, you can see that it's quite a bog standard screen replacement or disassembly, but later on you will see how difficult this is. So if you are interested on a foldable smartphone screen replacement, don't hesitate to message David here. We can order parts for your specific model. So the OnePlus Open is not really a very mass-produced smartphone. Only a few people has this, so not all shops in Sydney CBD can fix this. So it's just a service offered by Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and David is the single technician that can do this exact repair. Although a lot of technicians are qualified, David is just the one who's brave enough to attempt this. And maybe later on some shops will also follow suit, but for now you can see how David is dismantling this smartphone piece by piece. Lots of screws that has been removed in different sizes, mind you. And all the components that we have removed from this half of the smartphone will be transplanted to the new display and housing assembly on the left side. So it's quite a different color, but that doesn't really matter at this point. It's still for the same model and for the same brand. So we have removed the Type-C port, speakers. All the components basically in this smartphone is thinner compared to a standard smartphone. You have the main board that is spread out. It's not your single thick main board that is sandwiched in structure. This is I think this is for the speaker and the Type-C connector at the bottom. They're also very thin. They're mostly flat cables. So they are attached to the main board to control the charging. So we have installed the main board, some daughter board, And next we'll install the camera and the battery. So the time that it takes to fix a foldable smartphone at this magnitude is going to be double. So you're going to focus your attention on two smartphones basically fused together. So we have opened just one and we're almost done with it. There you go. So if you're asking if it's worth it to fix a foldable smartphone, it is. It's always a reasonable decision to have your smartphone fixed, whether it's foldable or not. And this case, the damage is not really critical, but the bleeding on the center of the smartphone can spread out, making the display unusable in the long term. So the fraction of the cost for the housing and display assembly is nothing compared to a brand new OnePlus Open or a Google Pixel Fold or a Samsung Fold or Flip. So just bear that in mind. If you want to have your foldable smartphone fixed, it's gonna be worth it. And with David here, you'll be amazed in how he handles repairs like this, repair requests. It is also quite tedious in the technician's point of view. That's why it's not a common service that is offered in many shops, and it's quite risky, but we're taking that challenge. So mind you that the front display, the secondary display, is not damaged. So it's still in good working condition. So David will perform a careful removal of this display to prevent damage. You can see how thin this is. It's just the display, no frame or whatsoever. So we have removed this. One connector to the housing. There you go. And then you can safely remove that. See there, very thin. Everything is thin because when you fold it, it's gonna be barely thicker than your standard smartphone. So we'll remove the adhesive strips that we can reuse to the replacement display assembly. You can still use it if it's still tacky and sticky. So you can see the SuperVOOC battery. This side is mostly battery. So you can see here, not a lot of complex electronics, just connectors and the battery. You can also see sometimes the front camera right there. So but basically that's it. So it's like a second smartphone, and you can see how thin the battery is. It's wide, but it's very thin. So more capacity, but on a different form factor. You have to be very careful not to bend this one. With Samsung, you get used to how thick the battery is. This one, it's I think half the width of your standard battery. So if you're gonna DIY this, it's gonna be like top level repairs because how fragile the components are, and of course how much work you have to do to fix everything. So you have the display, and the display contains everything in it. The smartphone, the main board, battery, the connectors, all the screws you can see there. So we'll test this. At this point, we are not gonna reassemble yet, but we're gonna attach the secondary display and test it if everything works. And it does. So the OnePlus logo, the grand reveal. Is it worth all that effort? Yes, it is. Look at that. Quality parts sourced for one customer. You can't beat that service. Thanks, David. That's David there. Whoa. So parts ordered for the client just to fix their smartphone. That's dedication. If you can find a good shop that will accept this repairs service request, then definitely visit Sydney CBD Repair Centre so we can hook you up with quality parts and quality service. Look at that. No damage has been done to the secondary display, so we'll finish this off. We'll glue this front display, put back the back cover, and perform some testing and give it back to the client. So that's it, guys. If you're interested in a foldable smartphone repair, you need new display, new battery, or just need consulting for the repair needs of your smartphone, don't hesitate to message David or visit Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also offer mail-in repair service if you're outside of Australia, so that we can talk about the repairs that you need and perform the repairs once we receive your smartphone. So we are done. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you again next time. Cheers!
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.